Thank you, Chairman. The Chairman has referenced the importance of an AUMF in this context. I know the Chairman of the committee, Senator Cardin, also articulated that. And I would just emphasize, historically, it's been important to me that Congress takes its prerogatives as it relates to authorizing force seriously, in part because I feel like this strengthens the hand of our Commander-in-Chief and our warfighters in reestablishing deterrence. And so as this conversation moves forward, the details will matter, but I want to emphasize that and relatedly dive into a number of follow-up questions on this war powers concern we have. So, Mr. Shapiro, I'll begin with you. In this setting, can you walk through your understanding? I know you refer us to the Office of Legal Counsel of the Department's legal views on unilateral U.S. action. Feel free to challenge any premises I have here, but unilateral U.S. action to defend commercial ships of foreign nations.
Thank you, Senator. The President, again, has directed these strikes consistent with the Article 2 authority as Commander-in-Chief to protect and defend U.S. personnel and certain partners. That's an important element. We have partners in this coalition, and it is fully within the President's authority as Commander-in-Chief to make those.
Is there a precedent you're looking to? Give me just one that gives a legal basis for Operation Prosperity Guardian's multilateral defense of shipping.
Yeah, Senator, I'd have to defer to colleagues to find the historical precedents for that, but that is a inherent part of the President's Article 2 authority.
I've got to say, did you not anticipate questions about the legal rationale before you came before the subcommittee?
Senator, we did indeed, and those are the answers that we believe provide the President the authority to conduct these operations, both the defensive operations and indeed proportional responses.
This is about as rigorous as, I'll say for the record, not for you, of course, because you've been tasked with being here, but those are about as specific as the administration's rationale that they gave with the war powers notification. So we're going to need more information on a going forward basis. Reporting in Bloomberg stated a legal theory is being developed by the administration that operations in international waters aren't even considered hostilities, or that brief and intermittent strikes don't constitute hostilities, and thus would not trigger the war powers resolution. Can you speak to that?
I'm not familiar with that legal theory. The strikes...
I think I read about this in the New York Times.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that legal theory from internal conversations within the administration. The strikes against U.S. vessels, against international mariners, are strikes, certainly when it involves U.S. ships, that the U.S. Navy is obligated and has the right to defend against in international waters. And there are necessary and proportionate responses under Article 51 of the United Nations Charter.
Has the United States military entered into hostilities with the Houthis? Yes or no? I representative of the administration.
These are strikes on Houthi targets. That might be a correct term. I don't know if that's the correct legal term for what we're engaged in, but we obviously have struck, as I said, many targets in Yemen where the Houthis have weapons that they have used and are using and sometimes are in the process of using against us and against our partners.
What is, I'll change gears a little bit. What's the long-term assessment of what authorities the administration is going to need if it continues this prolonged exchange of fire with the Houthis?
It's very hard to speculate on hypotheticals about how the conflict could evolve. Until now, I think we feel very strongly the President has the authorities, the ones I've articulated. I don't think there's any question, and this hearing is part of that. The administration is committed to consult with Congress on additional actions going forward and the authorities under which that would be conducted.
Thank you. What's the administration's anticipated endpoint at which it assesses it has restored deterrence?
We need to see the Houthis stop these attacks. We clearly have not seen that yet. They clearly feel that it serves some interest, whether it's an internal one, whether it's an Iranian agenda, whether it's a regional raising of their profile. Whatever it is, and we have removed and degraded considerable capability. They still have capability.
Yes, sir.
So until they stop, we are not done.
So just extending that, not done, can you characterize for me what level of military activity is going to be necessary, the administration is prepared to take to reach that endpoint so that they're not done?
Senator, again, it's very hard to speculate. Much of it depends on when they decide they have endured enough of the strikes that we and degraded enough of the capability that we are capable of and exercising now on an ongoing basis. We hope to restore stability and de-escalate tensions in the region very soon. So we don't want to assume this will take a particular amount of time. We want to use all the tools and the partners and the capabilities we have to make very clear to them and, of course, to Iran, their supporters and sponsors, that this must end, and we'll continue to take action until it comes to an end.
Chairman.